His air is confident. He knows what he's worth. He knows what he's done. And that by itself makes him attractive. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't go for the most handsome man. As a matter of fact, that's a pretty man or a turn off for me. But definitely confidence will put you over every time. And the same thing with my women. Ladies, it doesn't matter if you're a few pounds over or even a couple of pounds over. You work the outfit that you have. You work the confidence that you have. And I promise you, people will follow in suit. They will. It's a percent. Or even if you don't feel as sexy, get up, get dressed anyway. Confidence is what puts you over every time. So definitely make sure you keep that in alignment, all right? Another thing is to understand and know that you deserve love. You deserve love. Speaking on that, when you're talking about confidence and love, confidence is like a scale. So every day you're going to wake up on different areas of it. Even on those days where you wake up at the bottom of the bin, like, I don't have anything right, nothing's going right, my pants don't fit right, my face looks horrible, my makeup is crummy. If everything is going wrong, you still have to get up and show up because you deserve real love, even if it just comes from you. Real talk. Okay, so treat yourself like you love yourself. That's a big deal because what I find is a lot of people are not very nice to themselves. They don't say a lot of nice things to themselves. And I got to promise you, if you are dogging yourself out, if your self-talk is negative, you're not going to do well in dating. Because the minute that something doesn't go right, you're going to assume it's about you. And it may not be. Your anxiety is going to kick in and you're going to kick yourself down and you're going to think it's about you. Who are you now? That is what's the most important. It's not about your past. It's not about what happened to you in the last relationship. Who are you now? And what do you bring to the table now? Complaining and nobody wants you and deciding, what you put out there, those are words of power. We talked about affirmations a lot. And I give you affirmations to say. When you say these negative affirmations about yourself, when you say nobody wants me, I'm horrible, I'm ugly, I'm fat, or I'm broke, or all of these things are affirmations that you're speaking into the universe or to God. They're like little prayers. And you don't want to say those things because the energy we put out is the energy we bring back in. So we push out, so we receive. So make sure that you're trying, and fake it till you make it, to push out nothing but positive stuff. If you catch yourself being negative, pull it back in, correct yourself, and push out love. Find somebody to love on. Find somebody to send a compliment to, and you'll see how quickly that love comes back. Even if you're just giving out compliments, I would spend a whole day giving out compliments just to get a few back. You know why? Because that cyclical, what you put out will come back. With the same thing with piss and vinegar. If you put out negative comments and ugliness, you're going to get that right back. So just be careful when you're dating that you want to be loving yourself first. Because if you're not loving yourself first, you are aligning yourself with somebody that's probably not going to love you either. And that is what I said. If I need to explain that, I will. However, okay, you also want to date the person that basically has your best intentions at heart. What do I mean by that? So I was married, of course, but before I got married, I had a guy I had a really serious relationship with. And I was in the military. I was getting ready to get out of the military. And I was like, oh, there's these free computer classes. I want to take these free computer classes. And he was like, wow, that's stupid. You're just wasting your time. I'm like, but no, I'm getting ready to get out. I want to go back to, Oklahoma. And I wanted to, maybe get a jump on the job. I mean, stupid. Why are you doing that? That's stupid. He didn't have my best interest at heart. And I found out later why, because he wasn't as bright either. He thought by me getting smarter, it would take away from him. I have another example. My ex-husband, he was a DJ. And the reason why I call myself the DJ now is not just because it's a cute name. It is a cute name. Don't get me wrong. But I actually used to DJ. So when my ex-husband would go and DJ, I would back him up. So he would work, he would get off work at 12. So I would DJ and play songs and do records and cut music up until he got off and was ready to jump in. So that would be 8 to 12. I'd be in there spinning records for him. So they call me the DJ Don. And it also stands for Dan Chunky. But nonetheless, when I gave myself a DJ name, he got very angry with me and said, "You are not a DJ. You are just my roadie. And you didn't earn this. I earned this." And it was a big deal. And it really kind of, I thought I did something wrong. But in reality, the situation was he wasn't confident enough in himself to be okay with them liking what I did. And it happens. It happens. It happens. That's all I can say. So when we date, even with our friends, when we choose friends, we want to choose people that want the best for you, helping you with your goals, that are caring for you. If they see that you're down, they're speaking to you. Looks like we have a question. Let me pause for the cause. It says, Maria said, know your partner's beliefs about relationships. Real talk, because that is real talk. Okay. Different people have different and often conflicting beliefs about relationships. Absolutely. You are absolutely 100% correct. And you don't want to fall in love with someone who expects whatever it is that they expect, and you don't have that. I 100% agree. The reason is because, again, as I said earlier, our setups, our belief systems are different. They're unfortunately different. So our parents are different. Our standards are different. What we were raised with is different. So what my ideal relationship, because like I said, my parents were married till death did they part. My mother was 100% submissive. My father was he was alpha. And to this day, like I was saying on the radio show the other day, that this, my dad used to come when it was freezing cold outside and there was snow on the ground. He would take me to work because that was who he was. He was teaching me that a man takes care of the women that he loves. And so that's again, one of the reasons why it's so hard for me to date now, but definitely it makes a difference. It makes a difference to make sure that you guys have these conversations prior to getting into a serious relationship. The first couple of days, this is when you have these conversations. Davita said her problem is she confuses sex with love. That's a real one, especially in the beginning of a relationship. Attraction and pleasure in sex are often mistaken for love. It is. Okay, so this is what I tell, and yes, I do tell this to the teenage kids because unfortunately their mommies are not telling them. So, as women, we are the receivers. We receive in sex. It is easier for us to catch feelings because we are the ones being penetrated. Put that however you want to. But definitely, this is why before you get into a sexual relationship, you need to make sure those things that I just talked about, dating someone that meets your standards, your goals. Did he clear your non-negotiables? We talked about that, I guess, I want to say 2 weeks ago. Does he clear your preferences? And then your standards. Is he up to par? And then in your courting with him, in your dating with him, did this person kind of do, are they looking out for what's best for you? Are they asking you about your day? Are they, giving you helpful hints when you ask for them? I mean, these are some things definitely that you want to be kind of on the lookout for. And again, I said this before, but it's also one of the rules. Do not compare your life. Do not compare your relationship. Do not compare anything with someone else, because you have no idea what somebody else did to keep their relationship. So I know at one point we were all looking at Will and Jada Smith, right? Prior to the entanglement, as this is a wonderful relationship. This is a great relationship. But again, as I go into, we don't know what they did to keep that relationship. We don't know what sacrifices were made to keep that relationship. Do not compare your stuff, what you have going on currently, with somebody else's stuff, because we don't know what they did. And now we know she's having entanglements. Then, I mean, just I'll out and out, and we don't know both sides of it, obviously, because we're not behind closed doors with people, but definitely want to make sure that we stay in our relationship. A lot of problems I hear about is people looking at couples on Instagram. These are pictures and they're staged. It is not necessarily what is going on for real. So please be wary when looking at things and going, oh my God, relationship goals. No, a good relationship means that you and them are focused on making sure that this relationship works. You are talking, you are communicating. If they say, hey, this is upsetting me, they make some moves and they change it. Because if they make a mistake once and you correct it, and they say sorry and they try to correct it, then hey, this person's really looking out for me. But if they continue to make the same mistake, then this person's not looking out for me, or this person may have a problem. And when you get to that situation, that circumstances, that's when you want to start having some serious conversations, relationship, and about the relationship, because it's real, right? So definitely, I do not put a time limit on sex before love. What I would say is, because I don't slut shame. I don't even like the word. I feel like women are as in control of their body as they need to be. So definitely, if you feel the time is right to have sex, then so be it. But understand that not just women confuse sex with love, but men do too. So with a wonderful sexual partner, with a wonderful sexual release, comes a lot of endorphins and these wonderful chemicals that go through your body. And so the feeling is very intense towards that person at that moment. But that does not mean it's love. And unfortunately, what it ends up being is a nice infatuation, which ends up crashing pretty quickly. Because then you start getting into arguments about stuff that you thought you had under control, but you didn't, because you really didn't know them. And that's the thing. So definitely, thank you for the question, Davida. I really appreciate it. Looks like we are absolutely running out of time. I do want to say this. When we are dating, you're going to run into some bad apples. You're going to run into some spaces where things don't work out. You're going to have a couple 20 GMs that may not absolutely work out. And unfortunately, that doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It doesn't mean that that you're not worthy of love. It just means that this person is not for you. So you cannot take dating, whether it be online or whether it be in person. You cannot take it personally. And you cannot rush judgment. You are an employer looking to fill an employee spot. You need to make sure that resume is on point before you hire them, because you're entrusting them with your heart. And that's one of the most delicate, dangerous things that you could ever do. So yes, definitely vet them, if you understand what vet means. Because and it needs to be more than 3 months, because unfortunately people can hide their real emotions, their true whatevers, for 3 months. Psychologically speaking, yes, that's as long as somebody can hide their representative. So you want to ask questions, get into the information. I got one more question, it looks like. Respect, 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 inside and outside the relationship. Act in ways so that your partner always maintains respect for you. Okay. Listen. I feel what you're saying, but I feel like it is more important that you maintain respect for yourself. I think if you lose respect for yourself, it doesn't matter what your partner thinks. So to behave in a space, in a manner that maintains respect for yourself. In respecting yourself, if your partner loves you and they know who you are, and hear what I said, and they know who you are, then by respecting yourself, you're respecting them. But it is more so if your partner comes to you, let me clarify. If your partner does come to you and they say, "Hey, this thing that you're doing, is hurting me. I can't, you can't do it. It really hurts me. And when you do it, I feel like crap. And I just don't feel like you love me when you do this." Then yes, I feel like at that point it is time for you to evaluate, do I love this person? And if so, I need to make changes. I agree with that. Because if you do love this person and you want to keep them in your life and it's something that can be changed, yeah, I think you should move forward and look on how to change that. That's real talk. But saying that to say, if you respect yourself, normally it all falls in alignment anyway, especially if that person is supposed to be yours. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave off with our affirmation for today, guys. I'm so glad that you joined me, but I do want to make sure that you get your affirmations in. So this affirmation is something that you say every day. Look in the mirror and say it to yourself. When you feel like nothing is working out on the dating scene, you say this to yourself. It gives yourself a little boost, gives yourself a little extra confidence, a little extra self-esteem. Okay, so the affirmation for today is, I am a good person who deserves love and good things. I am a person who deserves love and good things. Because you do. I know somewhere down the road somebody told you you didn't. Somewhere down the road somebody called you a name. Somebody called you a hoe or whatever. You're not. Okay, I got 3 minutes time for one more question. This is Mike said, I don't agree with my lady and it always causes an issue. And we've been together for 17 months. Should I let it go? I don't know what the issue is. So I would not ever say, hey, yeah, let that stuff go. Because I don't know what the situation is. If it's like major disrespect, like you told her, hey, girl, baby, don't do this. This is hurting me. Then, I mean, yeah, it might be worth, having conversation. If you really are, you said 17 months, I don't even know if you're married. If you're married and you have children and you have investments, I always say, always try to work it out. Have the conversation first and let them know, hey, I'm looking at the front door. I don't know what to do. And you're not showing me what, I need to see. So, definitely let me know. But yeah, unless I know what the problem is, I can't really say. Wanting to be married. So do you want to be married or she wants to be married? So, I mean, because it makes a difference. And again, I'm going back to, this is a conversation you guys should have had come first date, because that's one of the first questions I ask. Are you looking to be married very quickly? Because I'm not. I'm looking to be in a relationship. I'm looking to be, with someone that loves me and I'll care and love for them. But marriage, I'm not ready to jump in. Some of us have been kind of scorned. I mean, literally, I am divorced. So some of us have kind of been burned with that, brother. So definitely I would go see a marriage counselor to do pre-counseling before you get into any type of situation where you guys are signing, because a marriage is a contract, which means that once you have signed it, there are legal obligations that you are held to. People talk about love and marriage as if it's this wonderful magical wand. And for some people it is, but let me be real and frank with you. Once you get married, it's hoops and red tape that you got to jump through to get out. And if you need to get out, you want to make sure. Sue says she can't find a man who wants to date with a purpose. Oh, sweetie, your man is out there. You're just going to have to widen your circle and keep looking. They're out there, and maintain what it is. Continue to say your affirmations. Continue to write in your whatever journal that you're writing in the things that you need and want in a man. Continue to do that. Continue to focus on what it is that you're seeking and why you're seeking it. And unfortunately, open yourself up, because what you might be looking for may not be within the pool that you're looking for. You might need to open up your pool a little bit. It happens. I always say, cater your life in a way that makes you happy. In that way, whoever is in that alignment will find you. And I still stick by that. So, all right, guys, I am way over time, way over time. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I am so glad you guys joined me. I will be here same time next week, and I hope you guys join me there. We will continue talking about dating. Oh, and if you get your stuff on if you get your Valentine's stuff on the 15th, please understand somebody else got it on the 14th. Don't get caught up. I'm saying. So listen, love you guys. I hope you guys are wishing you guys well. Please join me right here, same time, same place on the Batchelor's Radio Network. Peace.
Sometimes we fall.